Hello there, great to have your company once again for what promises to be an exciting day at the BMW International Open from Eichenried in Munich in Germany. Earlier start than planned due to a storm on its way. Joining me, Andrew Coulter, in commentary. We've got Mark Rowe and Anthony Wall. In-round interviews, Insay Mehmet, and in-round analysis, Jay Townsend and Wayne Riley. Straight to the action.
This is game number 22. On the tee from England, Jordan Smith.
69-67 for the 31-year-old from Chippenham in England. Two top fives this season. Just a beautiful ball striker, pretty accurate off the tee, wonderful iron player. Very much suited to this golf course.
Yes, lovely tidy player. Question is, can he hold the putts to get somewhere close to 20 under par?
On the tee from France, Romain Longasque.
68-65 for Romain, his career best round around Eichenried yesterday. Didn't play last week, very fresh. Good performance recently, as you saw there in Belgium.
Good par for the first. Important to find the fairway. This is left. Oh, it's buried.
On the tee from Scotland, Ewen Ferguson.
67-64 for the 28-year-old today. Happy birthday, Ewen Ferguson. Two-shot lead. He did have a four-shot, 54-hole lead in Kenya a couple of years ago. Didn't manage to convert. Won two events, so won't take anything for granted.
Yeah, two lovely rounds to start. A couple of bogeys and a double in there, which is unusual really for the leader, but clearly playing a lot of great stuff. This is a good final three ball. I think you're going to enjoy this one. They're good mates.
Well, it's the 35th edition of this hugely popular event. Some big names and illustrious champions. The day we've got in front of us. It's pretty hot and steamy out there, trying to get as much play in as we possibly can. As I've said, it turns a bit of a birdie fest around this golf course. He's even make a look, see, birdie putt at 2.
How good do the greens look? Running at 12 feet 6, the fastest of the week. Golf course is absolutely magnificent.
So one or two early moves. Mikkelitsi through 2 holes has got to within 3. Exciting young player from Australia. Southgate 1 under. He's got to -9. Crocker also making a move to within 5. Plenty of players on 8 under. Following the fates of all those players today. A little look further down. 7 under, just outside the top 10. 65 players over the final 2 days. 3 under par was the cut in the end. It's a pretty low cut. I think it equals the lowest cut so far on the season. ISPS Honda Championship was also 3 under. Here's Southgate. Jay Townsend's following this match.
Good morning, and it is a beautiful morning, virtually windless. Pretty friendly hole location here at the second.
Yeah, 68 is a score that's, well, that's at least what you're looking for today out there with these conditions. It's stunning. The greens are perfect, as was that iron shot from Matt. Birdies are plenty, Jay.
They really are, and Southgate made that birdie at the first hole from the left off a terrible angle, just took it on. He's a wonderful iron player. And it was great par for Wiesberger. Fantastic hole putt for par. Always bodes well. You hole that putt. The first hole gives you confidence. A little bit of breeze from the right here.
Wiesberger, 8 wins in his career.
227 yards is the longest of the week by 45 yards that this hole has played. Wiesberger is a lovely iron player normally. Does he like this? He got away with that one. He miscued that slightly.
Yeah, he backed off it, didn't he? He wasn't happy with it. So I don't know what was going on. Maybe just worried about going long, possibly, because that back bunker's a no-no. Beautiful sky out there. Absolutely perfect conditions. Fraction of breeze, not much.
No, exactly, no. You can do enough of them to get pretty much when you get weaved past them. Right, go. 12 on that.
142 yards. This is where you want to be, right in the middle of the fairway. Easiest flag of the week, front left. So this is a good one to get at. It's just a nice 9-iron. I don't think he can muscle a wedge there. Spin too much. Spin off the front. Just aim a little right and a soft right to left draw.
Yeah, with this flag, he's done the hard bit. That's hitting the fairway. This is pretty simple. He'll be hoping to get this inside 12 feet, which he pretty much does. Perfectly pin high, good shot.
That lie was a little iffy from 150, but contact was good.
Oh, get a hop forward. What a shot that is. Brilliant from Longas.
It's a gimme, isn't it? It's a gimme. I'd even give you that one, Anthony.
That's kind.
This one looks like it's sitting down a little.
He's been really unfortunate, Andrew, in the respect of sitting down. The semi-rough has been fluky this week. And when I say fluky, that means that, geez, you can get lucky and you get so unlucky. And on this occasion, it's unlucky. The good thing is it's a little damp, a little bit of dew around, so it shouldn't jump. But you could think to yourself, well, it will jump, but I don't think it will. It's a wedge.
It doesn't go, it just goes front edge, doesn't it?
I don't think it's a flag to take on from this predicament. I think you just bail out a little to the right-hand side. If you get it within 20, 25 feet right of it, job well done. It'll take a brave man. You don't want to make a mistake early. So be careful here.
Yeah, he's in the shade, isn't he? So it's slightly damp there, so it shouldn't really jump. If anything, it gets a little bit stuffy through the hit zone.
Yeah, a little right. Should be okay from that position. Well, there's our leader, of course, 67-64 yesterday. 64 was his best round of his season so far, so after his round he spoke to Incy.
That was great golf. I played so well. Putter felt good. Just, you know, when you get days where just everything feels like goes your way, yeah, it was nice. It's been quite tough, struggling with vertigo, and when you're on the sidelines watching watching the golf, you realise how lucky you are to actually play it. And I couldn't wait to get back out.
That's a superb long-range bunker shot from Ferguson, who has been exemplary so far.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm enjoying it a little bit more. Sometimes a wee break can actually do you quite well. Home Open next week in Scotland too, so lots of things to look forward to.
Yeah, nice to see him back. And certainly competing well. He's a huge talent. There's no mistake about that. Tough to hear that he's been struggling with that situation. Reed, where is he? Coming in from the left-hand side here, Jay.
Yeah, he is. Just downhill left to right to start with, and it kind of flattened out down around the hole. Didn't have great pace at the first. And I think about yesterday's round, it was scrappy for 7 holes, Andrew, and then all of a sudden, starting at the 8th, he just turned things on and really got going to get in this position. So maybe he found something there.
Yeah, always difficult to judge that coming through a couple of different levels of grass.
The winner from 2022, birdie putt on 3.
So good to see him playing well again. Obviously a golf course where he has great vibes, having won here. 8 under, doing well. I'm loving the white. I'm loving the all white outfit. It's almost a little bit retro.
Yeah, he's almost going to play badminton later, I think, but a shuttlecock.
It's uphill, this putt, just gently out of the right-hand side. Just don't make a mistake for the first hole. Don't 3-putt. Just lay this dead. Make yourself a 4. You can go par, par, par to start here. And then the golf course sort of gets a little easier. So don't make mistakes early. You just get off to a steady start and then make inroads into the golf course.
Yeah, wise words. Quick one from sort of about now. Should just find its way. Keep going. Didn't release as much as it looked.
Well, hopefully I'll make that. Nothing wrong with a 4 at the first hole. There's only been 6 birdies so far.
Yeah, you very much pick your battles the first 3. We've seen that the first couple of days. But yeah, that's a tough tee shot at the first, a good par 3 second, then a hard tee shot at the third. So you do need to hit it straight pretty early. And then the course opens up. Not a bad effort from Wiesberger.
This is Micheluzzi. Second at the third. Lovely tee shot, bang centre.
Nice player, Mark. Said in his interview that he's still sort of coming to terms with playing on the DP World Tour. It's a different continent. There's lots more than just hitting golf shots. Bit of honesty from him. Nice to see.
Ferguson, good player, this kid. Right to left. I fancy him to make this one.
And he does. What a beautifully played hole from Ewen Ferguson. He has just started where he left off yesterday. The perfect start.
Got his first win on tour in Qatar and just his 37th event. He's got that nice mix of inner confidence as well as technical and mental ability. A little bit of work left here for Smith.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say it was tentative. I thought the putt down the hill for Smith would have been quicker than it was, but this needs a little bit of attention. Nice, good stroke. It's got such a lovely game.
Very good birdie look at the second for Matt Southgate. That broke quite a lot. I didn't think it would break as much as that.
Starting 3. So 2 birdies at that first hole for the final group. Ferguson and Langas. The gap is still 2. What about this for a shot? Coming in from the wrong angle.
Ball above his feet, yeah, deep down in the rough as well, and he's quite capable of drawing the golf ball normally, but it's got a good bounce, let's be honest, but it's still capitalise on your breaks, and a very good birdie indeed. He took the shot on, he deserved it.
He's got a great caddy in the bag as well, Brendan McCarthy. He's caddy for major winner Jose Maria Olazabal at the Masters. Par putt for Wiesberger.
Ao Tong Lee found the fairway at the short 4. So just a gap wedge, controlling the spin. Yeah, very nice. It's a confident player when he gets going. He won here obviously a couple of years ago, so clearly likes coming back here. He's good with his wedges, so it must suit him.
Yes, horses for courses. What a start from Ewen Ferguson there. 1 under through 1. Langas matching the birdie as well. All of these players making very solid starts. Going to be an absolute day full of eagles, birdies, and a lot of fun.
Yeah, you'd think so. Thomas Aitken 3 under through 5. That's a terrific start. 2 tee starts. You see the little asterisks on the right hand side. Those players teeing off the second 9. Thomas Bjorn made it through to the weekend for the first time here in his last 6 attempts. Hoshino, Japanese star, also a winner in Qatar this year. Fantastic start to the season for him. That's a look behind the second green through the trees all the way back to the back tee today.
Yeah, it's perfect. Normal shot. Yeah. Don't need any more than that. No, because it's
very hard. The wind is helping, and
yeah, exactly.
All the spaces on the front.
Absolutely. Just your normal shot.
It's around 200 to the front.
Split the flag and the TV tower.
Yeah.
Quiet, please. Thank you.
227 is the total. There's half a club. That's about it. And they're speaking of the TV tower. Now, TV tower, if that's your line, that's right at the flag. That brings a bunker over there on the right-hand side, short right into play. This is the 5-iron from 227.
Yeah, plenty of club. Clearly with that, they were worried about that back bunker, so they were erring on the side of caution.
Oh, this is a fabulous putt for pace from Micheluzzi. That's a very tidy touch indeed. A little bit of a retro moustache, that, isn't it?
Back at 2.
Yeah, just now, just on the second hole, the par 3, I mean, the wind's just kicked up. I mean, it's there's not a lot of it, but it's just there now. There's a good club of help here. So this won't be a 5-iron. I think this will be a 6-iron, but a flat-out one. He might come up a little shy with his club, but I'd rather hit this club than hit a 5-iron. Straight at his back. 227, remember?
Couple of great swings at the first hole, so you would think his game feels in very good shape. That's nice. Just stay there, don't peel off to the right too much. That's good flag height, nothing wrong with that.
I would certainly say so.
Jeff Winter up at the 3rd, just off the green here. This is for a birdie for the day.
Yeah, he's another one who started with a birdie. He can roll the rock when he gets going, Jeff. Nice tidy player, good short game, hits it pretty straight. Not sure he can reach all the par 5s, he's not the longest, so he's giving up a little bit of distance to 1 or 2 of the others, but with such a good short game, he's certainly one to think about.
There's the Fortinet stat saying that the second hole, the only par 3 playing under its par this week. I think he's going to play under its par today.
Strong boy, Smith. He's a member of my gym.
You mean
So
I've got to say,
told.
you mean the one you never
So
go
I'm
to?
told. Can't beat Fox Hills.
Yes, I grew up at Fox Hills in Surrey. I was a junior member with Paul Casey. Do some wonderful junior programs there. Great facilities.
3 reasonable shots there. It's a strong par 3, and as good an iron player as he is, he's just a little bit disappointed with that. So already a plethora of birdies and the odd smattering of eagles. Great crowds, cracking part of the world. They love the sport in this area. They love their food too. We're in Munich, celebrating its 866th birthday this year, just north of the Alps. It's a beautiful trip from Italy across the Alps to this part of the world. We're in the capital of Bavaria, the 3rd largest city in Germany. Hosted the 1972 Olympics. Terrific architecture, an unbelievably stunning city. New town hall, the Mariannaplatz Square. That's the football stadium of the great FC Bayern Munich. Very modern indeed. A fabulous tourist destination, home of BMW. Look at that, the Oktoberfest beer festival. Originated here in 1810, it's still going strong to this day. Beautiful part of the world, as we said. This is the 35th edition of this great tournament. We're coming here to Eichenreich for just under 30 years. A golf course that has blossomed over the years.
Yeah, no doubt about that. It has improved year on year. It's become one of the very best in Germany. Hao Tong Lee for another birdie. He's on fire, is Hao Tong.
He's a man with a new putter, isn't he? You can just tell by the step, the spring in his step.
It's great to see. He got a top 10 earlier on this season in Dubai. It was his first top 10 in 17 months. He's had some highs, he's had some devastating lows as well. Southgate on the back tee at 3. Tough hole, this one.
Yes, it's interesting, isn't it, playing in the morning, because it's always quite a sort of heavy, damp, dew sort of area, where the leaders play in the afternoon, the course plays a lot shorter, so it's, I think early on it plays quite difficult off the tee. If you don't find these fairways, the rough's quite claggy.
Yeah, that's a good point you make. It's quite low lying here, and it's amazing when you look at these vistas and you see how beautiful the golf course is. And I keep saying congratulations to Andrew Kelly for the work he's done, because this was underwater. Literally 2 months ago, the entire area was flooded. You wouldn't think that looking at the course now. It's beautiful, Wayne, isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah. It's come a long way, this golf course. And so has this championship. It's always been a fantastic championship, this one. I mean, everyone looks forward to coming here. This is right to left. All 3 of these putts are right to left. They're all up a little, and then they're over a little, hogs back, and then it catapults itself to the left, right to left. So not easy, but I expect all of them to 2-putt them.
Great little stat there. Played his first 2 rounds at the Masters with Bernard. You might remember that for the rest of his career. He was actually the first active Challenge Tour player at the time to make it into the Masters, having been the amateur champion in 2015.
Good putt from long range. You saw how much break was on that, probably 6 or 7 feet from the right-hand side.
Oh, right on the collar. Patrick Reed at the 3rd. Digging for that a little bit. Long way back. Always going to get a bit of a bounce. Good shot, really, but that's nestled a little. That'll test the great short game that he has.
Back to the second green.
We expect rain to come. We know it's going to come around 2 o'clock, 2:30, but you wouldn't know right now. Mighty impressive morning. Great temperature, probably about 22, I would have thought. No wind. If you don't shoot 2 under, or well, par is let's simplify it. It's 2 under is the par. That's today. If you shoot over par, well, ta-da.
So Wayne creates an interesting point there, because we are thinking in the back of our minds about the weather situation, how it may affect the tournament. Does that affect how these players are going out there, their mentality today?
Well, I think there is a little bit of that, because the forecast is so poor that we're still not certain of playing the 4th round. So I do think you need to take that approach. That is often the approach on a Saturday anyway. You want to really push forward and get to the top of the leaderboard. But as we've seen before, occasionally that can happen. It ends up being 3 rounds and someone gets the win.
Ferguson has had a good look here at a couple of balls going over this ridge. Now that's an interesting marking on the golf ball for everybody at home. Look, he's got the line on the top of the ball there is for the line that he's picked, and then you can square the club face on the other line. That crosshatch line is the one a lot of players are using now. That's heavy-handed from there. Have you tried that?
No,
Anthony?
I haven't. I'm just interested, because when you look at it, obviously the ball's sitting at a slight angle because of the angle of the green. Does that not mean it's out, or are you looking from such an angle that it doesn't matter? Because
No,
that would bother me, I think.
Yeah, no, it's interesting. I've had a look at it, and it is actually very, very good. You get the ball markers, and a lot of players just mark the one line for the line that they're going in. But that second line there does give you a nice guide for the face being square.
The brisk swing of Southgate just coming out of the rough long and to the right. That looked like it nestled, but he's given himself some room.
Yeah, he's missed it on the right side. Yeah, it's a good point you make, Mark.
I think just going back to it, it's slightly difficult situation here for Ewen. You know, those thinking about, you know, does he defend today because he's got that lead, or does he keep the hammer down?
You obviously were talking about the vertigo issues. It's a funny one. I watched him and talked to him actually in Holland a couple of weeks ago, and one thing I noticed was how well he was putting, how much pace he's got attached to his putts. I think he just continues to do what he's been doing and just play aggressive. He is an aggressive player, and I do think that that's his best way of attacking today, is being aggressive.
I think he has to be. Hopefully makes this after the good birdie at the first. That's great stroke again, very solid. Looks calm, doesn't he? Actually, you are the perfect person to ask, because if I remember deep down in my subconscious, you did win a tournament over 54 holes, but you knew it was going to be 54 holes. So that is the mindset that maybe they have to have today, is that it might be 54 and this could be the final round.
Yeah, absolutely. They don't quite have that. We were told before we started on the Sunday morning it was the final round. We weren't going into Monday because the forecast was so bad back in the days in Joburg. But they don't have that luxury, so they've got to assume it's four rounds, but you've just got to put your foot down and just keep. I think you just start looking at 20 under and just keep going, really.
Yeah, but the forecast is for torrential rain at some point, especially tomorrow. Now, that was about to say on the first green. The problem Langasque has that's holding him back from winning is not his golf. He misses every day a couple of putts inside of 3 or 4 feet. I've noticed it sometimes even shorter. I don't know whether it's in his mind or something, but he's just got to take those couple of short misses out.
This looks pretty nasty, Jake.
It certainly is not a good lie. Sitting down, you can see the right foot well above the left, so you have to kind of get your shoulders level with the angle you want to swing. Plenty of green to work with. The soft green helped him that, but that's a great shot.
He's worked so hard on his short game. He had real problems a couple of seasons ago. I mean, bordering on what you would call short game yips, but he's found a way of doing it. That was a beautiful shot from the deep rough there, and well done to him, because that is not an easy thing to come back from, but he's solved the conundrum.
I can tell you, Jordan Smith has made his part. I guess no problem with that one. Keep an eye on that, as you said, Mark. That's not the type of putt you want to miss early in the round.
Well, he's an amazing player around the green, is Reed. This is a tough shot. The ball's sitting down. You have to keep the club face open, but not move the club very fast. A delicate little shot.
Yeah, this is always a hard spot, because you are coming up the hill and the whole world walks off that green towards the fourth tee. It did look like it was almost hard to hit hard enough, because the grass is wet and it's so lush. Oh, my pick for the fantasy DP World Tour this week, Sean Crocker. I'm not one to change my picks.
No, it was a good pick. I was very lucky to go for Ferguson.
Migliozzi's approach at 4. Looks like he reaches for it down at the bottom of his golf swing.
Yeah, I didn't expect that to go that far right. I thought if anything that was on the line. He's really opened up his body quick, but the big divot face must have been opened. Strange one.
Wiesberger played a really good shot out of that right fairway bunker, right where he should have. It is just gently downhill all the way. Greens have picked up just a little bit of speed each day, so 12.5. Maybe a little break from the right, not much in it.
He's another player that's had huge problems on the greens, and he seems to have solved it with the long putter. That's good touch from Burns.
Yeah, I'd like to have seen him solve it with a short putter, but that's the way that's the cards we're dealt these days. The long putter seems to solve a lot of putting woes. Maybe one day.
Back to the tee at 3.
Back in the field, the new tee here at 3. 291 yards to reach the bunker down the right-hand side. And don't double cross it by setting up down the left trying to fade it. There's out of bounds down the left. Some 23 paces left of the left-hand semi-rough.
Full commitment.
Yeah, that's what I love about his golf swing. On this occasion, it looks like it's a little bit offline. All depends on the line. Wayne will be very near to it. He's under the tree there. He's in the shade.
It's fine.
He's pacing himself.
We'll get up to the green here. Reed to stay at -8.
Yeah, if he's not getting it inside 5 or 6 feet, Patrick Reed, you know it was a difficult shot. So he did okay to here, but these are tricky ones, I find, the back of some of these greens, especially when they've been really soft, Mark.
Yeah, I thought it was a very good chip, in all honesty. It's easy to go long, lose control of it, easy to flub it in front of you, and it's a shame. You were absolutely right. That broke an awful lot from left to right. He didn't see that. So shotgun for Reed. Great angle for Jeff Winter at the 4th.
Yeah, he should be going at this, looking long, really. Did that start right? He is a drawer of the ball. Oh, there you go. Lovely shot. Tidy.
Very nice. Over at 3.
Setting up down the right-hand side, what breeze there is right into his face.
Probably the narrowest stance you'll see on the DP World Tour hitting a drive, and he seems to be so far away from it. Clubhead seems like it's a million miles away from his eyes. Does it his way.
Yeah, does it very efficiently indeed. Of course, we've talked about the new look to the 2024 season. This is the European swing. 6 events over this part of the world. Of course, vying for the $200,000 first prize. The top 5 in the top 20 of the race to Dubai at the end of this event will qualify for the Open Championship. So an opportunity to get exempt into the Scottish Open. The back 9 tournaments as well, forthcoming later on in the season. That's how the European swing stacks up at the minute. Migliozzi with the win at the KLM a couple of weeks back, just ahead of Elvira. Cantor got his win. There is Langask moving up to 4, and Ferguson in hot pursuit. Hill, Seam, McKibben, Wiesberger and Joe Dean make up the top 10. Of course, we've got the opening swing, the international swing, the Asian swing, and the final one is the closing swing. Right from the very front of the green here at 4, Scotland's Connor Syme.
Well, by the looks of it, he's done well to miss the penalty area. But nicely judged. Good putt.
Well, great opportunity now to hear how conditions are out on the golf course, because Insay Mehmet has caught up with the American Sean Crocker.
Sean, great buddy on the last, obviously a wonderful start, but let's start off with the players' party last night. How awesome was that setup?
No, it was really cool, obviously, seeing all the players and girlfriends and wives all dressed up, and we actually got the chance to go a little bit early and watch the football, even though I'm not a big fan of football, but being there with all the German people and players was quite fun.
At least you called it football, not soccer, so I appreciate that. You're also rocking the Lederhosen, they call them. What do you make of that outfit? I think everyone looks great, to be honest.
I wish they had maybe thought of making it a little bit more comfy for the men. All the women look great, and those are usual outfits for them, but with us, those leather pants, not the greatest feeling.
Apparently it's tradition to actually not ever wash them, so all those marks, it's part of the storytelling. Also, last week you secured your spot at the Open. How good does it feel to be playing great golf again?
Yeah, it is. It's nice to be on a little bit of a roll right now, and you just kind of try and keep it going as much as you can. And the Open was just a bonus. I wasn't really expecting it after I finished on that Sunday in Italy, but to get that, I was very pleased with it.
Well, Sean, it's always a pleasure. Keep up the great work. We'll catch you later.
Thanks, Cincy.
Yeah, he was mentored by Nick Price from Zimbabwe. Got to the semi-final of the US Amateur Championship 2015, was beaten by the eventual winner, Bryson DeChambeau, who went on to great things that we know about. Right, this is the Fortinet scores and graphics telling us about that threatening stretch. We talked about the tough start here at 3 and 4, and 2's pretty tough also. 2 birdies can be made later on in the round. If you want to find out more about that, go to the dpworldtour.com for more on the threat stats.
208 yards, the flag's way over there on the left-hand side. It's an evil flag, nasty one. It's a 208, and the ball is sitting down a little, but it's doable. It's a 5-iron all day into a puff of draft, but just bail out way right. If he gets this within 50 feet right of it, great shot. You don't take this flag on, but it's sometimes if the grass sort of wraps over the hill, you'll hit it left.
Well, I'm very curious to see where this goes, and it has gone out like a bullet from the rough there, just falling off the back edge. And well, you did see the bottom of the club there, and I would have said it would have been a 5 or a 6 iron, but he actually went with 7, believe it or not.
What, from 208?
Yeah, we saw the bottom of the club, and he obviously was really expecting a flyer.
Didn't look flying to me at all, but there you go. Yep. 191, this lie's pretty good. Just nestled, as I said on the first hole, the ball nestles in this semi-rough. But I'm a fan of just bailing out to the right-hand side. This flag is very difficult. It's a good one. 8 iron.
Yeah, these warm conditions playing havoc early on. The players are not quite judging the jumpers and the heat.
Yeah, how much is that going to affect it? Because it's moved up about 6 or 7 degrees today.
Or altitude here, so it's 10% anyway. So the ball's going miles anyway, and once it gets hotter, it's even more. Should be just popping one down there. But he's popped this one left. Oh, that's a horror.
It's amazing when you look at the scoring on this hole, the 4th hole. It's a tiny little par 4, really. It's just an iron and a wedge, or a 3-wood and a flick, and there's only been a couple of birdies. I think the flag position obviously plays a massive part in that, but this would only be the 3rd birdie of the day.
Hey, Mark, are we at altitude here?
Yes, that's another good point, Wayne, yeah. Jeff Winter just sliding that one by on the right-hand side.
I fancied him for that. Surprised at that line gas coming in from the right-hand side, just under 190. Oh, that one didn't get as deep up the green as he would have liked. That's indicative of what happens in the semi-rough that they have around here. Ball just nestles.
Yeah, considering he's only 3.5 feet from the fairway, it was a poor lie, wasn't it? A little fairway wood for Jeff Winter. Looking really sort of right half-ish. There's a big willow tree down the left which will block you out.
He's a fascinating character, isn't he? He's an intriguing character. Complex, but a lot of fun. He says he'd rather play snooker than play golf. He loves his snooker.
Well, Reed is not snookered over here in the left rough. He actually has a straight line, which a lot of times you can get blocked out, but he's so far back.
Very good, Jay, very good.
Saw what you did there, Jay.
Yeah, I'm just trying to, you know, have a nice smooth segue. And 157, as Anthony said, it's pretty wet in the rough, and this is no exception. It's not a terrible lie. There is a little bit of thick grass behind the ball.
Almost 15 behind it if you're right of it.
That pitching wise, this is
Yeah.
exactly what they say. Jumper is water and grass.
Yeah, I mean, and it's still
I just have to hit
possibly
a normal one.
possibly has the cover, but I don't see it going more than 175. And if it does go through the green for some reason, you got all the green to work with on the tip.
So are we at the basically just barely left of the 4 finishing?
Yeah, I think if you look at the edge of that 4, you're doing pretty good.
The left edge of it?
Yeah.
4's on the TV tower, which is well right of the center of the green here at the 4th. But clear thinking, taking the water and pin out of play, hitting it past.
Go hard.
Got to pick your battles, and this isn't one from this lie.
Yeah, as good as he could do, really. Looks pretty average, but let me tell you, that's a good shot. Green's high up there. He's in a poor lie. He's in a poor tee shot. You don't want to make another mistake. That was a nice wedge.
Third shot for Smith over the back here at 3.
Yeah, as Anthony said, I mean, the conditions and that grass now is very thick. I mean, you've had all this moisture, all this rain coming in here. Now you've got some warmth. I mean, it's probably growing by the hour.
Yeah, what's difficult is the grass is so short, but it's so tightly packed. You've got to be quite aggressive with it, but most of the time it will jump out of it. Now, your favourite, one of your favourites, Mark?
Yeah, I've heard a lot about this young man, Matisse Bassard, from the Belgian players, and they say he is a super talent.
Yeah, pretty good, nice high-handed address for Ferguson. Like to see that. Makes the angle of attack a little bit more, I think, neutral. Can go at it a bit harder, which then I think you got a bit more control at a rough that deep. You don't want to start going stabby at that, and it just starts jumping. They pop too much.
Well, left himself one of those after missing on the previous green. Second, 4 from Matthew Southgate.
Now, can he find what's becoming quite a rare birdie at the 4th? That's been commonplace, bailing out to the right there. That flag has really got into their minds, and it is tricky. Can spin it back into the water so easily.
Pitch this. You're only pitching like 85.
Yeah, that's what I was
Which
saying.
is pretty much playing that number, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And just a hair left of it.
Yeah.
But that guy in blue is.
Yeah.
Young man from Melbourne. He was going to come over here a couple of years ago, actually, try and ply his trade and earn some money, but COVID put a stop to that.
Yeah, nicely judged. That was very well played. Most of the Aussies have good, tidy, short games. A lot of them grow up in Melbourne, and they all go and play in Melbourne. The sand belt, it's so beautiful down there. Now, for the up and down, for Smith, as he judged the break that Reed didn't. He did, but outside chance, in truth.
Sean Crocker get to double digits. Just not enough pace. Just got to take your time with this. We've seen how much it breaks at the hole. It just swings across the face of the hole. That's a good putt. Fist pump. Well done. Stays just a 3 behind.
Yeah, that was good. Stayed to his pre-shot routine there. Didn't allow himself to get distracted. Good tee shot from Syme, just 73 yards here.
Yeah, beautifully aggressive. That pin once more, just tucked in that little section. You really have to press the back of the edge really to get close to that. It's always going to spin short. A little disappointing, but it's still a good chance for a 3.
No top 20s since the Asian swing for Syme. Season slightly stalled somehow. Nice par save there for the leader. Over at the green at 4.
Most holes are such that at some point you're going to have a tough shot that you're going to have to take on. Most of the time you don't think that putts are tough, but this one is. Reed took all the trouble out of play with his second shot, but now has a difficult one. Downhill, breaking right to left, especially the last half's a lot downhill from here.
Tough to get it all the way there. Greens are faster today than they have been at either of the previous 2 rounds. But they will catch you out from time to time.
Well, the players know from memory, you know, okay, that fringe isn't far away. You get it to the fringe, it goes down into the water. More across the fall line here for Southgate. Played a pretty conservative shot after a good tee shot.
Yeah, it's a big weekend, I think, for Southgate. He's played 19 events. He's only made 9 cuts. He's languishing nearly in the 150s on the race to Dubai. He's had 4 seconds. He's got close to winning. He needs a good weekend just to get his season moving, I think.
Yeah, he's a so much better player than that. He's a super ball striker, and we all know that when he starts to get, you know, his brain in gear, he can contend every week if he wants to with a golf game he's got. So, yeah, I think he can turn a corner this week, Southgate.
Well, he's an Open Championship specialist. He likes this time of year, so maybe this will be his week. Who knows? Let's hope so.
Winter. Take it to -9 at the 5th.
Definitely a putt you can have a go at. It's pretty slow left to right up. Yeah, there you go. He's a nice putter. Said at the top of the show, he's sort of one of those little sleepers that will just keep popping along. He won't miss a lot, and he won't give a lot away.
Right to left, and quite quick at the hole, and if you get too much pace in it, it does speed on by. That's okay.
Oh, we saw the pitch just a fraction short for Connor Syme, but a good chance up the hill. It's not a huge amount in this, maybe a little right to left, but I think it's all about pace, really. Oh. Just a little bit of the hole.
Just enough to get your attention and through the shadow as well for Southgate. A little bit of bug action underneath the ball. Being very gentle there, didn't squash it, just moved it on in a different direction.
Yeah, there he goes.
Yeah, good putt. Nicely done. Really is the most beautiful golfing day out there. Hardly a breath of wind.
2 trees are down the right-hand side. Been there forever. Just can't push it whatsoever. A bit of hurt into their face, which it's not strong, but just enough. But don't go right behind those trees.
Yeah, those trees are 274, so they're an annoying number, shall we say? Let's put it like that. They tend to be in the way for a lot of players, 3-woods and long irons, Radar.
Yeah, it depends how brave you want to be, Anthony. You know, it's one of those. That could be blocked out right there. He can get the right edge of the green, I would have thought. We'll get to that, but I don't mind a tree very close to the fairway. I quite like it. Valderrama springs to mind. He's another one.
I love Valderrama. A little drive, a little poppy one for Longas. He's trying to get past the tree, which he's done. Like that play.
Yeah, he does that a lot, you know. I mean, the stance is like he's hitting a sand wedge. It's so narrow, and it's a little 3/4 sort of dink almost.
Jose Rivero.
Jose Rivero, former Spanish winner on the DP World Tour par, saving pot there from Reed, back on the tee.
Aiming down the right, trying to hit a soft draw. Away from those trees. Aim at the trouble and work it away from it. That's what the pros do anyway.
Well, normally he has got the most efficient golf swing. One of the best in the world of golf. Makes the game look very easy when he's swinging well. Cracking shot. There's the 2 silver birches that everybody's talking about. You don't want to be blocked out behind those. But no problems for Jordan Smith.
Well, it's a tight-knit community over here on the DP World Tour in Ferguson. Nice little start today, putting nicely, strong, long game, 14 under par from the man from Bearsden. He'll be home at the Scottish Open next week. Mikeluzzi to get his 3rd birdie of the day.
Oh, is there still some room after Jeff Winters' 3? There is. Nice move. Looks like we might have a new star appearing on the DP World Tour.
First look today of Darren Fickert. His birdie at the par 5 6th. And take him a little longer to finish the hole. 4, 5 and 6. Good birdie opportunities. Tee at 5.
Go, go, go.
Go on. The trees down that right side. I think it's fine. No harm there.
Almost like off the deck though.
That's fine.
Just to take that really big heater out of there, you know.
Sure.
Won some big events. Wiesberger, Italian, Scottish, French. 8 victories.
This tee shot is much different from the first 2 days. Probably a 25-mile-an-hour difference. There's a few mile-an-hour behind. It was in their face the first 2 days. And you really do want to lay it in a position in the fairway, which gives you a good distance for the second shot. So it's not a little feel shot. Little chicane up there. 235 to the willow left.
Yeah, go.
Yeah, it just shows you about the start. We've talked about the first 3 holes being difficult. There's actually only been 3 birdies in the last 2 groups, having played those first 3 holes. So it's a real tale of 2 halves, this golf course, because there's some great chances coming home, but you just got to hang on.
Well, he's got some good momentum behind him. He could do with a birdie here.
God, he gave that a rip, didn't he? Some pace in that backswing and follow through.
Well, it's a cracking tee shot, isn't it? It's an iron in from there. So he can really think about a possible eagle here at 6.
Henry Johnson birdie putt at 7. Great to see him making the cut here.
See where his feet are on the ridge, so this will come left to right and it will straighten at the hole. Yeah, not bad pace there. That was not easy because all the break was in the first 6 or 7 feet.
Back at 4.
Beware of the spin with this front left flag, 150. It's a perfect wedge, but you've got to bully a wedge, and that means spin. With a little bit of hurt out of the right-hand side. Very smart play, that.
Yeah, I think he's a great player. Great player, this young man. Sometimes he just falls foul of his exceptional iron play and doesn't have a lot of opportunities around the green when he misses the green to chip and putt. This looks like it's nestled, Wayne.
Yeah, which means jump. He'll do very well to hold the back edge. You don't want to get too cute with this because the shaved bank. I love a shaved bank. I tell you, you know, the ball, you come up shy here, you're down into the drink. I mean, simple as, and that's the way it should be on a short hole. Just aim a little right. What would be good? 35 feet right of it would be really good. Just bail out. You've missed the fairway. You've made your mistake. Don't make another one.
Yes, agreed. No point in being silly. Yeah, that was always going to run through. Spot on, Radar. The hard work is yet to come. I think that was a nasty spot from slightly out of shape off the tee from Ferguson. Yeah, Winter, good view. Quite a nice, smooth, soft golf swing. Natural draw of the ball. Club part into out, but I think he's done that, overdone that a little bit. But short enough to be short of that fairway bunker. That's okay there.
Yeah, he can still reach from there, can't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Only the wood, I would have thought.
Like, gosh, look at where he's aiming. Very unusual. Pulling it round with the upper part of his body. And long.
Yeah, don't get that. I mean, the tee shot I thought was fabulous, hitting driver and just chipping it under the tree, because it's a really, we saw it with Patrick Reed, he was hitting an iron, missed the fairway, and he's got a really hard shot. Where that looked quite simple to get that to sort of 15 feet right of it. He's almost overdone it there.
Crocker coming across the back of the green here at 8 for a birdie, settle. Very good putt. Comes from a sporting family. His father was a cricketer from Zimbabwe, and one day international, took the wicket of the great Sachin Tendulkar. Back to Wiesberger.
Little field shot here for Wiesberger. Not a great angle, but the greens are soft enough. Shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, that wasn't great, was it? It was a funny one, wasn't it? It's a little skinny. Shame. Good tee shot. How are these flags out there, Jay? They're looking a bit tricky, third round and all that?
Yeah, they certainly are, and I think they need to be. The greens are soft. Got to give the players a little bit of a challenge. Great angle here. I think coming out of the rough here for Southgate, this ball will want to release, but that is a woeful shot. He missed his pitch point by 15 yards.
Yeah, it was 40 feet right on the last with a wedge as well. Just needs to, I don't know, is that a mentality thing? Just tighten up a little bit. Is it a perfect tee shot?
66 for Reed, and he's good with these field shots. I think like Wiesberger coming out of the fairway, he's going to bring this in pretty low. You don't want to go with the high spinny one because there's not much green behind the pin. With his back pins, soft spinny greens, always more difficult. He's a genius with these shots.
Yeah, he's got such lovely technique. That's why you see the difference in the three players there, really. That's why Patrick Reed is so good and why he's won a major, because that was a touch of class, let's be honest.
Yeah, great lesson for anybody watching. Ferguson over the back at 4.
He's got the lie, but this is difficult to judge. I think 10 feet would be a good shot. 4 feet would be fabulous. That's pretty good. That's a little longer than it looks. But that wasn't easy with the water behind. Lucky he got the lie, but that really only tells half the tale.
Yeah, you can understand why he's just a little short of the flagstick. Back of your mind, that little voice telling you, just go slightly heavy-handed at this. There's some water waiting for it.
Not a good lie, but he's played that well, hasn't he? He's got that running out nicely. Both have got little testers to come.
It's amazing how shut he sets up to everything, Langas. Feet pointing way to the right, body, chest opening up to the left.
Yeah, you wouldn't be putting TrackMan on him, would you? Yeah. He's aiming 10 yards right everywhere.
It's very hot out here. It really is. It's hot now. Not humid, dry heat, but I think it's going to steam up a little. Before that rain, it'll just bubble and it'll just hose it down out of his left.
Yeah, it's a nice look. He's in the 140s for putting at the minute, Jordan Smith, but he's 4th in greens in regulation, and he just needs a few more of those because he is such a good player. Lovely 3.
Yeah, it's tough to have it all, isn't it? Yeah. Nice birdie. Can tell you that Patrick Reed's also tapped in for his birdie up ahead at 5 after that sensational little chip in there. A little longer than they look, Wayne.
Yeah, they're tricky putts. I mean, they both missed it long by finding the rough. So you missed the fairway here. It's only a short hole, so it's kind of a risk and reward. You can't have a crack at the green, but I've never seen the tee up where you could have a dig at it. I quite like that. But yeah, it's you're over the back. You miss these greens. It's tangly. It's overseeded with rye, and it's very American, actually, this golf course.
Yeah, I'm with you, Wayne. I'd love to see that tee push forward like they do at 16. I've always looked at that and thought why they've never done it. I thought they might have tried once, but just begging for that, I think.
So he's from Bear's Den, is he? Andrew?
He is, Wayne.
There's a really good Indian at Bear's Den. I used to stay with a guy called Ian Robertson in Bear's Den. We used to go down to an Indian called the Ashoka. There are other ones, but if you want a good ruby,
interesting name for a restaurant, a shocker. Anyway, let's hope Ferguson doesn't have one of those here. No, he doesn't. Solid as a rock.
Yeah, that was nice, wasn't it? Beautiful technique. There's not much about Ewen Ferguson's game you'd want to change. It's about just tinkering and not going too far from where he is. Now, Southgate should be half this distance, but now's as good a time as any to roll one in. Got a beautiful view of this. Look how good those greens are. If you putted on these every day, you'd have an amazing putting stroke.
His problem really is just the one that you're talking about. He just doesn't have any form coming in, so slightly low in confidence, and the confident players take advantage of those situations that he put himself in with the drive. That's another nice pot there for Langas.
Yeah, it's how you perceive yourself, how you perceive your game. Where is your comfort zone on a weekend? Mine wasn't as much as it was on a Friday. I never worried about cuts, but sometimes I worried about leaderboards on a weekend. It's difficult. Everyone feels something. Wiesberger through the shadow. That's got a chance. Straightens up. Yeah, it's all about where you think you sit in the game.
Yeah, it's interesting. As well as playing, you know, part of that is almost acting. You have to act to believe where you are or where you want to be, to put yourself in that frame of mind to go out there and do it. Blue skies at the minute. We'll keep an eye on that, keep you informed. Gap is 3. Even Micheluzzi with a nice little start through 5 holes. He's got to within 3. He's alongside Romain Langas, 3 back of the overnight leader, Ewen Ferguson. Crocker 3 under through 8. Nice little move from Thomas Aitken over on the other side of the golf course. 2T start. Earlier start than planned because of this storm looming on the horizon. Reed, Wiesberger and Smith, they need to get the ball rolling to try and make a move here on day 3. Frederick Lacroix 3 under for him. Level par's not going to get it done. Brandon Robson-Thompson, nice to see him making the cut, but with 10 holes left to play, needs to pick up a few birdies on the back 9 and make his move. And that's a look behind the green at 5.
2-4-1 to the trunk of the Weeping Willow down the left-hand side. Past that, that's where you want to be. Flag back right. So it's a birdie hole today, definitely playing under its par of 4. Today, every day. You're quite disappointed if you don't make a birdie here.
I was just about to say, I like driver for Jordan Smith, but how far right's this gone? No, not much. Perfect. Not sure the angle's great, but love that play. Taking it on radar.
Yeah, just a little bit of help out of the right now. So you have a dig. There's not much water in the. There's no water in the penalty area that meanders its way across this fairway. I'm not a big fan of the driver here today. I don't think you can drive it on, but you can get yourself out of position. You hit a 3-wood up here or a hybrid or something, leave yourself 80. I think you've got more of a chance of making a birdie. You can hit a driver, yeah, and sure, you can waltz it onto the green with your best. But if you don't, it's a 1 out of 15er to hit it in the perfect spot. You get out of position here in this ryegrass with this back right flag, you know, you struggle, and this is the right way to go. We shall see who prevails, the layups or the driver.
It's in good shape there. A nice little stat there. The last time he led after 36 holes, Ferguson went on to win an ISPS and
big drive. Can he take advantage at the 5? Go on, up you go. Yes, he can. Brilliant. 2 wonderful shots from Connor Syme.
See, here we go. You can have a dig at it. Andrew, where's Victor Dubuisson? Has he disappeared off the face of the earth?
Yeah, he have disappeared.
He's retired, isn't he?
Yeah, he's retired.
He retired.
Officially retired, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Very sad, very talented Ryder Cup player. Well, of course, the Race to Dubai season hots up. 27 events through this at the moment. Australia.
Yeah, close. Only just the 20 hours apart, but you got there in the end.
It's just bad spelling, wasn't it?
There was an in there, I've missed out of it. Well, that's actually not that bad there. Don't panic.
Tee shot at 6 while you recover from that slip up of mine.
Oh, there's plenty of time, we'll all have them. Now, there's a bunker down that side. Yeah, nice.
Somebody's just sent me a post, actually. Victor Dubuisson's in Scotland, doing a little tour of Scotland, playing golf at Gleneagles the other day. They're very, very interesting. Here's Ferguson. Nice little layup. Smith having a crack. And Langask, well, doesn't look pretty over there, but first up, it's the young Scot.
How do you know that the Victor's up there at Glen Eagles?
Yes, Paul Merrick, one of our producers at Sky. He has.
Oh, he's a good man, Paul. He doesn't know what he's doing. He does all right with that method, though.
Sorry, Paul. You know what Wayne's like.
Yeah. There's nothing up there.
I like this, see? I like this layup. I turn the toe in from here.
Okay.
8-0. So just turn the toe in and eliminate the spin. Don't bring the back edge into play. Just dead arm it. Take the spin out of it. Back right flag. See, I think the guy who laid up, unlike the guys with the drivers, I feel as though this boy right here from Beers Den, home of the Ashoka, will prevail.
I don't like to agree with you, but there's a stat come up, and you are right, Radar. There's more birdies from here than there are with driver. So you're right. You are right.
Not now. On that occasion, I'm not.
No, you are correct. And you are through to the next round.
So Mighaluzzi, little chip, little stab actually, wasn't it? That was less than convincing there. I mean, it wasn't easy, but that was unusual the way he played that.
Talking of being unusual on gas, that's as good as he could have done. Now get a lie, hopefully. He should be able to make 4 from there. He's done well there. Don't think you want to be in that front bunker. Hard shot when you're coming out of, sorry Mark, hard shot when you're coming out of the rough and you've got to keep it down.
He's got nothing, has he? He's got nothing.
No,
He's
nothing
got
at
no
all.
chance. In all honesty, he did pretty well there.
But you'll watch it home and you don't want to go to an 8-iron. You want to use a wedge and shut it down, because you start going with 8-irons, you just don't get any height on it. But you've got to try and shut that wedge down, which he did nicely.
Kind of take 2 really for Mighaluzzi. At least he's now got the putter in hand. Give it a whack, but he's knocked it a long way by. I mean, that is heavy-handed. My goodness me, hit the hole as well.
Back to Jordan Smith.
It's a tough shot. He needs to go over the corner of the bunker, over little Hog's back, and this will have a lot of release on it. So he needs to open it up and play a parachute shot of some kind. Not easy. I know he's just on the front of the green, but if he gets this within 15 feet, job well done. More than acceptable.
Yeah, there you go. Plenty of spin. Nicely to the hole side. Played that well, as Wayne said. It wasn't easy, and he made it look easy, which means it was a very good shot indeed.
Yeah, he's good at those. He's got nice rhythm, I think. As long as he's got a bit of hit at the strike, I think he does well with that. Now, that has to be Jeff Winter with the left below right putting style. Eyes over the ball, nicely balanced. Yeah. Bye-bye.
Just line and pace, Jeff.
You can see yourself in him, Mark, can't you?
100%.
Yeah, that's what you always smile when you see him, don't
I
you?
go straight to the range and I go to chat with him.
Yeah.
I really enjoy
2 peas in a
talking with
pod.
him. I enjoy listening to him, and absolutely. The twin brother I never had.
Good lie. Just a little release. He just stabbed a little, but it'll kind of work. I have to take a double take with him when he's like 100 yards away. He's so much like Victor Dubuisson.
Yeah, he is. Same absolutely,
build.
100%.
Look like they both enjoy a croissant.
Bissell, second at the par 5, 9th. Looks like he's having a cut at this.
Yeah, up and over the tree. Pins on the front as well. Phew, hello. How good was that?
There's been 2 eagles on it today. It's the easiest hole in the course. Back at 5.
Okay, yeah. So this is down a bit, so this will be a quick square club face. Don't worry about spin. It's just going to be a little releaser. I don't know how many times today when I've spoken, the marshals just come over to me and put their hands up, bolt upright, right in front of my face. As if to say, shut up.
I think they've got a point.
Par putt for Micheluzzi. Disappointing if this one doesn't go in.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't an easy chip. You're pitching on an upslope, but wow, 8 feet for par. Nice. There you go. That'll help. It'll feel like one dropped after a good tee shot, but that has that feeling, that par 5.
I mentioned it on the tee. He had 3 birdies there. That was they had to make birdie to keep it going. It's sort of slightly stalled at the moment. It's maybe what Ferguson is about to do here, because this is a tricky one also for par.
Oh, yeah, I didn't see any reason when we got a good view of the lie from the camera angle for him to lose control of that. Just got to put it down to a bad shot, unfortunately. Sometimes a player looks at the lie and doesn't like it, gets a bad picture of what he's trying to do, but it was heavy-handed. So he's put himself under pressure.
Well, he's up to the task. That's a beautiful putt to save par there for Ferguson. Great work.
Yeah, they say the scorecard paints no pictures, don't they? And that is the perfect example, because he puts a par 4 down, but he played the hole pretty poorly. You know, that putting stroke stance is almost as wide as the driver stance, and there you go. This is what I was saying earlier about
pace though, Mark, isn't it?
No, he does this every day.
He's built with that. He's made the hole look so small.
I think on average, every day he misses at least 2 from that range. Look, maybe because, as you say, maybe he's trying to force them in or bolt them in. But
the greens are 12.6. He's 4 feet away. Just nudge it. Just make the hole bigger.
I'm with you.
Watch a great putter. I bet he dead weights them. Look, just drops it in. Makes the hole as wide as possible. Belting them in. You've got to be bang. You've got to be spot on. It's too hard a game.
It's amazing how much narrower the hole is if you're hitting it that hard. Here's Reed, second at 6.
233 for Reed. I think the key number is 220 over that false front, directly in line with the hole. Otherwise, it rolls back into the hazard. No wind at all at the moment. Soft green. You can get aggressive.
Yeah, perfect for Reed, isn't it? Little draw, natural. Gets the carry. It's going to release. Yeah, that's fine there. I prefer that than missing it long right, to be honest.
Do you know, I think that's the first time in a while that all 3 of us have agreed on something in the commentary box about the pace of those short putts. But what would you say, Anthony, for everybody at home listening, what's the perfect pace past the hole from sort of 4 feet and in? What would you say? 9 inches would be the pace past the hole you're trying to get?
Yeah, maybe 2.5 cups, possibly. I think some people say, well, what's 9 inches? I think a couple of cups, 2.5 cups width, maybe, you know, and practice it. Find a straight putt on the putting green and just practice dropping them in and just see how much bigger the target looks.
And on breaking putts as well.
It's on 14 under. Leads the way, Ewen Ferguson. Flawless through the first 5 holes. Picked up a birdie at 1. Langas just struggling a little bit. A couple of missed putts out there for the Frenchman. David Micheluzzi's had a nice move, but not quite as nice as the Swede Jens Dontorp. He's 5 under through 11, just 4 back. There's Langas, go over par. That's not going to get it done today. Signed Winter, -2. Southgate and Jordan in the red. Ross Fisher going along nicely. The former Ryder Cup star. Black holes playing over par. So 3 in the red from 6 to the house here on the front 9. Brought to you by Fortinet. And that bunker well within range. Back on the tee at 6. Jordan Smith.
It's almost monotonously brilliant, isn't it, that golf swing?
The wind direction isn't great. It's down out of the left. Better than being into out of the left, but down out of the left for a right-hander isn't your favourite. It's okay, but you'd rather sort of down out of the right. That's the one that you sort of look at and go, ha-ha, yeah. But shouldn't be an issue, but I'm sure the right-hand rough has been given a workout. These fairways are starting to bake up. And it's just, we've got the golf course exactly where we want it, and this rain is going to spoil everything unless it does a U-turn.
Looks like he's lost that right, down that right side. No, looks like it's lying okay. We'll have a crack at it from there.
Quiet, please. Thank you. Quiet, please. Thank you.
Guys with narrow stances are very good at turning their shoulders. I mean, you got a wide stance, it's harder to turn your shoulders. You resist a little more with your bottom half, but it's easier to turn your shoulders. But you know, don't all go to the practice fairway this afternoon and stand with your feet together, please.
Only if you're chipping, because it's great if you're chipping.
Well, let's hear about things out there. Let's hear from our leader, in fact, because Incy Mehmet has caught up with Ewen Ferguson. She's chatting to him now.
Ewen, that was a very sneaky 64 yesterday. How does that help you setting your expectations going into today after such a low round?
Yeah, well, it's a totally different day. You know, you just start again. Just on the range this morning, I was just sent with my coach just to try and, you know, fairways and greens. That's how you get to these scores. You don't go out looking for them. They just come to you if you stay patient. So that was kind of the thought process coming into today. A bit of a stressful start so far, but geez, I'm looking a lot taller than you on the slope, aren't I?
I know.
Yeah. So yeah, just but you know, I've made a few nice par putts, and sometimes, you know, you get little parts of the round where you get little sticky patches, and you need to remember that too. And just kind of trying to grind some pars out, and then hopefully when the chances come, take them as well.
I know it's blue skies right now, expecting storms later, but it really was a gorgeous morning. I was just sat there watching you on the driving range. You looked incredibly relaxed. I mean, similar sort of stuff out here?
Yeah, you know, you're friends with everyone out here now. I'm playing with Smithy and Roman, and you know, I'm good friends with them, chatting away. I was warming up this morning next to my best friend, so you know, it's just trying to have fun. It's not really, it's just golf. It's not that big a deal. Hopefully play well and be happier, and if I don't play well, then still be happy.
That's a pretty decent outlook anyway. Look, I know it's your birthday. I thought it's appropriate to sing you happy birthday and send you off. Ready?
Yeah, go for
happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. I hope everyone at home sing along. I'm not going to hit the high note. Thank you. Thank you.
Well, I'm waiting for Anthony and Matt to jump into song there, but
Yeah,
think
not so much.
Don't think they're going to get it.
No, not so much.
He's got a chance to make birdie there at 6 anyway. Up at 7, Lee to get a birdie.
Just fabulous out on Lee, how he's managed to dress to match the putter shaft, and it's worked. All coordinated, and the golf is super coordinated. Great to see him playing well. He's a great character, Anthony, isn't he?
Yes, talking of character, are you a singer? I'm not a singer. Can you sing?
Oh no, terrible voice.
No,
dreadful. Can moonwalk.
Yeah, you can talk
Yeah,
as well.
square dance, moonwalk, body pop, can do all of that. That was when I was swinging.
His stand-up is screaming up the leaderboard.
Yeah, just eagled the 11th. And as soon as we see him, cameras, he misses one.
How often does that happen?
It's unbelievable. But when you were playing, you could sense it, couldn't you?
Did you have that as well? My first couple of years on tour, if I got into contention, I saw the TV cameras coming, I went to pieces every single time. It was a big hurdle for me to get over that. I thought, oh no, they're watching me now, they're watching me. And if the cameras weren't there, I was relaxed and playing okay. As soon as I saw the buggy and the cameras coming, I fell apart.
I think it is a thing when you first start because it is so new to you. But, you know, if you want to be successful, you've got to get over that, which most of them do eventually. Very honest of you, though, Mark. Very honest.
Listen, it's a journey, isn't it? You never stop learning.
Here's Reed. Another little silky chip here from off the green.
Everywhere I turn, there's life lessons now. Reed up the hill. This has got a chance. Yeah, beautiful. There you go. Little chip and run.
Yeah, but he makes it look so easy. The posture is incredibly good. Feet together, heels almost touching. His eyes are over the ball, and then he just literally turns his chest onto it. It's stunning when you watch Patrick Reed.
Now, how's that come out? Asking to get down. Great shot. Uzi, perfect shot.
How did he manage that from the rough?
You can just see the top of the ball, but not much. Almost sort of curtailed the finish. He thought it had jumped a little. Just stopped on a sixpence. That was the quality of the strike. Back in Melbourne, that'd be over the green. Bone hard greens. What a part of the world that is to play, Mark. Oof.
Up ahead on the par 5 green is Matthew Southgate for the birdie, never getting there.
He's under par for the day, birdied the first, but just gone a little quiet at the minute, so he could do with maybe nicking one before the turn.
Just 3 from the right-hand side, this flag. Just right of the TV tower. And a big divot. And good control of the ball. Super shot on the side.
Can Wiesberger get a birdie here at 6? Got to take advantage of these par 5s.
He's got the non-anchored long putter and a claw grip with the right hand. I preferred the pencil grip with the right hand. So many ways of doing it, so many different styles, and if it works, the following week there'll be another 20 guys using it.
So Roman Langasque, the man over par on that scoreboard. Ewen Ferguson still with a 3-shot lead at the top. Don Top's made his move, got to within 4. Hao Tong Lee won it 2 years ago. 5 back alongside Simon Winter, Reed, Southgate and Jordan. Thomas Aitken standing over there on the other line. He's reached the turn in 4 under.
Yeah, Joe Dean, 1 under through 10. Not good enough for him, but some birdie chances coming back. Manasera had a good day yesterday, and that's continuing today. He's 3 under through 9, and former amateur world number 1 Nakajima, who's level through 9, needs to get going.
Yannick de Bruin, talented young left-hander, 1 under.